guys, welcome back to another Monday motivational video. I hope you guys are ready to get some motivation to get your home reset for the week. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Ernie and I got home on Friday, early Saturday morning. We arrived at about 2:30 in the morning and had to wake up to take care of some of the grandkids that live here in Tennessee. So we didn't get much sleep at all. It was a very exhausting weekend to get caught up. And then this was actually filmed on Sunday. We woke up after a good night's sleep and watched church, and Ernie got ready and he took off to Florida to go back to work, and I needed to get my house reset for the week. So this was actually filmed yesterday. We had the kids over, so I had I was so exhausted. I was not doing much of anything on Saturday. I did go to the grocery store. I had planned on making a big meal. I thought, usually when we babysit the littles and my son and daughter-in-law come to get the kids, they usually stay for dinner. So while we were babysitting, Ernie took the littles to the park and on a golf cart ride and all of that. And so I ran to the grocery store and I thought, what could I make that's quick, easy? It's going to feed a lot of people. And I bought all the ingredients to make the penne rustica, some garlic bread, a nice salad. And it turns out they ended up not staying, which I was very thankful for, because let me tell you what, after they left, Ernie made us a cup of coffee. We sat on the sofa. It was about 4 p.m. and we drank our coffee and we just vegetated. At one point, he got up to go get us Chinese food, and we were sitting there, and I said to him, "Oh my gosh, it's only 6:30 p.m. We can't go to sleep. Look at how cute that towel is. Oh, he's so cute. I love hanging a towel. This is a new thing that I started doing on the cabinet door beneath the stove. So adorable. I'm adding a few little Easter touches here and there. And so this is the kind of Easter decor that I plan on adding. So I'm just going to add it as I find it and bring it to you guys. I don't think I'm going to do I don't know. We'll see how I end up doing it. But anyways, back to us. Ernie went and got us a Chinese food, and we were, I feel like I'm still trying to get into the groove of things here. It was Florida, Eastern time to Central time to Pacific time, back to Central time. I am just, a hot mess express. But anyways, I said we cannot go to bed right now. So we crawled into bed. I was in bed by 8:30, probably asleep by 9, and slept about 11 hours till the next morning. And then I got up, and like I said, we had a good night's sleep, and we were able to get through Sunday. Fabulous. So I didn't do a super deep clean, a super detailed clean, but I did what I needed to get done to reset my house so that when I woke up on Monday morning, I was, energetic and I could tackle something else in the house. And so for those of you who might be new, and you're probably saying, who is this crazy woman rambling? My name is Anna. I'm an empty nester. Welcome. I hope you plan on sticking around. On this channel, I do all things cleaning, organizing, homemaking, cooking, shopping, all of the fun stuff. And I am one of those people, because I'm an empty nester, that likes to keep my house neat, tidy, and organized throughout the year. So you won't see any spring cleaning motivation videos, because we do that throughout the year. So if you're somebody who does not like to have to worry about doing like a deep spring cleaning, other than the things that normally get done if you live in a place where you have winter, the windowsills, that kind of stuff, then this is the channel for you. I just keep you motivated to keep your house neat, tidy, and organized, decorated, all the fun stuff. I also share recipes here, so I got you covered in all 4 corners. So today we are just, like I said, just struggling. I'm struggling. I was struggling to get back into the groove, but I knew that if I didn't tackle this on Sunday, that I was going to have a really hard time on Monday. So I pushed myself. I really did. I didn't do a super detailed clean, for instance. I didn't do a super deep scrub on the bathroom. It didn't need it. So I'm just using Lysol wipes to wipe the counters down and the sink. They're great for a quick cleanup. knowing that you're getting it sanitized and clean. And so I'm going to do that and just not, busting out all of the cleaning products to take care of it. But you don't have to. You can have a nice, neat, tidy, clean, organized home, and you don't have to get sweaty and all the crazy stuff every single time. So I'm here for you. I'm here to tell you that you can have a neat, clean, tidy, organized home, and you don't have to get sweaty while you're doing it, although I do sometimes. And you will see that on this channel. I have my deep cleaning days, and I have days like today where I'm just trying to get through the day. We had the kids here, like I said, the day before, so I needed to break down the crib, put toys away, just kind of, I didn't do anything the day before. I didn't care. I just relaxed and spent time with them. Ernie and I sat on the back patio. He tossed the football. I shared some of that on Instagram, so if you're not following me over there, you can go over and follow me now. I'll put my handle right here on the screen for you. But I share sneak peeks over there and share my family, and you get to know me a little bit better. I do reels. I try and be funny. I don't think I am, but I try. I'm just trying to keep you guys entertained. I think that it's really important that you get to know the person that you're watching and spending time with. And so I think Instagram is a great place for that. Although you guys that are my longtime followers know how I feel about Instagram. It is a toxic space, or can be a toxic space, because it's constantly telling you that you're not good enough. And I don't like that. I do not like that. So I actually had a great conversation with my daughter-in-law in California because she's tired. And my son went back to work, and they've got 2 older children, and she is just living in the moment. And, of course, mother-in-law comes over, and of course, it's all the excuses of, the house is dirty and all that stuff. And I always tell my daughter-in-laws, because I have 3 sons, and so I always tell my daughter-in-laws, I am not here to see your house. I'm here to see you. So I do not care. And of course, I do what I can while I'm there. You know what I mean? Like, I really spoiled them, and I cooked and all of that. And I got to cook with my 10-year-old grandson who loves to be in the kitchen. I have 2 grandsons, one here in Tennessee and then one in California, and they that love to be in the kitchen. I have several in both states, but those 2 are the 2 that love to be in the kitchen. I mean, they will get in the kitchen and make a full-on French toast, eggs, bacon meal. Isaiah, actually, the one that is in California that likes to be in the kitchen, he actually made one of the meals after I left. And he left my son hanging because his friend came over to play, and he was torn. Should I finish dinner or should I go play? My son said, go play. And then my son called me and said, okay, what do I do? So they love to be in the kitchen. And I think it's a great thing. They come from a long line of men who love to be in the kitchen. My father-in-law owned several restaurants in San Diego, California. Ernie grew up in that kitchen. His mom cooks. So they've been in the kitchen there, and then the grandkids just have that gene, and I just love it. I love it. So even though my father-in-law, God rest his soul, is no longer with us, they have a little bit of him in them, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So anyways, so we had a great time, and we got to snuggle the new granddaughter and all of that, but we were tired. We got home, and you just don't turn family away. You don't say, I'm tired and I don't want to see them. You visit, and you do what you need to do. So even though we didn't get in until 2:30 in the morning, and I'm not sure exactly what time we actually crawled into bed after, getting dressed and brushing our teeth and all of that, we were up by 7:30 the next morning, and so we didn't get much sleep. And but like I said, I knew that if I didn't do what I'm doing today, that the following day I was going to be even more unmotivated. I was, if I allowed myself to stay in that lazy state. Well, I shouldn't say lazy, but tired, So, like I said, I'm not doing a super deep clean, and that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to just get the Lysol wipes out and wipe the counters down and clean the mirrors, change the towels, and you're good to go. And that's all you need to do. Sometimes that's a quick cleanup when you're going to have guests over, or just to make you feel good, So, anyway, back to Instagram. So I told my daughter-in-law, I said, Instagram is such a farce, okay? So She doesn't have Instagram anymore. She had my son delete it. She didn't want to look at it anymore because it's so sad. It's a place that makes these young moms feel not good enough, and I hate that for them. And I told her, I said, it's all fake, Yenny. They're all fake. I go, there is no such thing as a mom that has her hair and makeup and her wardrobe perfect, her home is perfect, her kids are look perfect, crock pot dinner on the stove or cooks a gourmet dinner. None of that. And they have the perfect yard and they've done the perfect grocery shopping trip and the perfect, shopping trip. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not real. And it's all fake. And, most of them are doing it for the money. Very easy to edit a video to make it look like you're doing something you're not. And that is true on YouTube too. It's very easy to edit a video to make people think you're doing something that you're not doing, or you are something that you are not. And so I can spot it a mile away. I can spot it a mile away. So, and I say that in defense of my daughter-in-laws who are just trying to get through life. And, we didn't have Instagram and YouTube and all of that when we were raising our kids. If you're my age, I'm 59. And, we didn't have that, to tell us that we weren't good enough or we weren't doing enough. And so I feel really bad for them, that they have that, they have that everywhere they look, it's a thing. And so I do have one niece that puts all the real deal on Instagram. She is, she's the real deal. And I can tell you that she's the real deal. She's raising 2 kids. She works out. She's always been very motivated and very organized. And so I can tell you, but she also shares the real part of it. So it's not, she's not just showing you all the pretty stuff. She's showing you the real stuff, And so that's awesome to see. But, anyway, so that's my little rant about Instagram. Most of you guys know that about me. That's how I feel about it. I don't think that social media should be used to make people feel bad, So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I did not need to mop today. I do need to mop this week, but I did not need to mop, and thankfully I didn't need to mop because I didn't have it in me. But giving the whole downstairs a good vacuum was definitely in need, especially after the kids were in and out. We had such beautiful weather. I get a lot of questions about what about the frost, because I'm planting pansies and a couple of other plants. You know what? Here's my thing. It makes me happy to plant early, and I never learned my lesson. And so I don't see any frost in the future, but it could happen. And if it happens and I lose something, the pansies aren't going anywhere. They love the cold. They thrive in the cold. So those are good. But if I lose any of the other 4 or 5 plants that I bought, it's going to be okay. I'm going to be able to replace them. But in the meantime, right now our weather's in the 60s and 70s. Our overnight lows are in the 40s and 50s. It's good. So, and I think our last frost date is like April 12th or something. And I'm going to continue to plant. I bought this little basket to put glasses in. I love a very stacked bar, a very full bar. I love it. I like all of that clutter, I guess you could call it, but it's organized clutter on a bar. I just think that it's very intriguing to look at. So I did that really quick. And then here's my 𝓭anthropology candle that I absolutely love for spring. And yeah, so the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just clean the refrigerator out really quick. I didn't get a chance to do this before we left to California. It's not horrible, but there are some leftovers that need to be tossed, and I didn't want to run the dishwasher until I did that. So we're going to do that. And then also, I mentioned that I was going to, or I had planned on cooking a big dinner. So one of the things that I bought was a big old French bread. And and they didn't stay, and Ernie was leaving, and I wasn't going to eat it, and I thought, well, God, I didn't want it to go to waste. So I'm going to make some frozen garlic bread to put in the freezer. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a great idea for leftover bread, or if you just want to buy a couple and, prep them for the freezer so that you always have garlic bread ready to go in the oven whenever you need it. It's great. I love my vacuum sealer. It is a lifesaver for this type of thing. And then also I have the mason jar vacuum sealer, which is great for veggies, which I need to do the salad today. I did not do the salad. I wasn't thinking because I put the salad bags in the, I actually thought of it when I was rearranging the fridge, and then listen, I'm trying to get it all together. still adjusting, but I need to put the salad in the mason jars and seal out that air to save that, because I bought 2 bags, and I just want to make sure that they don't get slimy or nasty until I'm able to eat them, which I will this week. But I bought a vacuum sealer also for mason jars on Amazon, and it's just been a great couple of tools to have in my kitchen for preserving food. I love it. And a lot less waste happening with fruits and veggies and bread, so it's a great thing. So we're just going to get the dishwasher going. So the dishwasher's working for me while I'm taking care of this. And I'm going to just go ahead and slice up the bread into fourths. So I'm going to have a bag of 2. And then I'm just going to slather it with butter and some garlic powder. You can add parsley. You can do whatever you want to it. You do you. This is what I wanted to do. So a couple sticks of butter, and I'm just slathering it on there. I had it sitting out on the counter for a little while so that it was nice and smooth and ready to go. And then you're going to, after you're done seasoning it, I have it on a cookie sheet here. You're just going to put this whole thing in the freezer uncovered. And you're going to let it harden up for about, 4 to 6 hours. I did closer to 6, and you want it rock hard, especially bread, because if the bread is not frozen hard, then when you go to vacuum seal it, it's just going to crush it. So you want it frozen hard, and so it takes about 4 to 6 hours. I guess it depends on your freezer, but we're just going to go ahead and take care of that. And then I'm going to clean up my mess again. And then I'm going to go ahead and get it vacuum sealed. It's really nice to have this kind of stuff in your freezer. So even if you don't have leftover bread and you just, like I said, want to go out and buy a couple and make them for your freezer, if you're somebody who likes to prep a freezer like I do, then this is a great item to create and put in your freezer for, those unexpected nights when you have people over, or, if you decide to make a quick sauce and pasta and you decide, I wish I had garlic bread, guess what? You have some in the freezer. So it's always nice to be prepared. So when you have a little extra time to do this kind of thing, it's always lovely. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to give you guys some final shots of my very clean house, which is something that I just started doing last week or the week before, I think it was, where I thought, you know what, I'm going to start giving final shots of the clean house, because I think that it's so motivating to show a clean home after a cleaning video, to show what the house looks like when it's all done. And I think that is probably the most motivating part of a video. When I see those shots, I say, oh gosh, I got to get up and clean. I want my house to look like that, So anyways, I love this vacuum sealer, but it is no longer available. So just look for a good vacuum sealer on Amazon, and you cannot go wrong. I'm going to leave you guys with some final shots. I want to thank you so much for staying till the end. I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
You turn me on, groove is your true nature, and it never gets hard enough.